Hey, I just feel like a lot of players, they ain't gonna like this stuff. And a lot of people, they about to be triggered.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
What's good, y'all? I'm AllCity. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we got all the receipts. We're gonna be reviewing what the 2K devs said 2K24 was going to be, and we're gonna mash that up with what 2K ended up becoming. Now, as you guys know, I haven't really been playing 2K24 much lately, but over the last week, I got on 2 days. The last time I got on was last night. And from what I experienced last night, it seems like 2K24 is getting worse by the day. The gameplay, it feels like night and day compared to maybe like 2 months ago. Who knows, for some of y'all, it may be even longer than that. It's surely nothing like it was in the beginning of the year. So what's changed? That's what we finna break down in this video. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. We're gonna be experiencing the same thing yet again in 2K25. We got a lot to review. It's gonna be a pretty long video, and I definitely don't want to waste you guys' time, so we finna just jump right into this thing. I've been doing a bunch of research over the last couple days to find out where we went wrong with 2K24. And to start off this video, I would like to reference this clip from Mike Wang in an interview with LD2K. Mike Wang and LD2K pretty much calling for the 2K community to go ahead on and break the game. Let's load up that clip.
Some things that they give you as feedback that you take to the drawing board and kind of the team and say, okay, how can we tweak this? Or is there like is it basically based off community feedback directly from these sessions, or are you looking at stuff and you're like, oh, this is good, they like this stuff, we gotta kind of improve this stuff or tweak this stuff based on some of that feedback?
Yeah, it's pretty much all over the board. Like, we focus on gameplay for this event, and they come in with very fresh perspectives of 23, right? So they've been on it all year long, so their brain's there. They're still using like kind of exploits or things that they really like in 23 to try to be successful. So they come in trying to do those things right away, and they see that a lot of things have been fixed or changed. And so for us, it's helpful for them to know, to remember, because we've been in the trenches for so long. Like, some of the things that they thought they'd be complaining about, like, oh yeah, we fixed that, 3 months ago. And so it's helpful for us to just be reassured that some of those things are gone, and now they gotta look for new exploits to
Right, exactly.
beat people with.
Go break the game. That's what I tell them. Go break the game and be honest with Mike.
Go break the game, huh? I would first like to reference this post from Dimework. He says, worst thing Mike Wang can do is drop 2K25 and wait for community feedback to patch the game. Community feedback ruins the game every year. MFers, they just don't have a clue what's best for the game. With 2.5 decades worth of experience developing NBA 2K, you would think that players would be able to trust the development team with the development process. Each and every year for as long as I can remember, players have been breaking 2K. Ironically, with the potential and capacity of next-gen consoles, which allows devs to really dive deep into their creativity, I'm trusting the devs less now in this next generation of gaming. Some of the biggest changes in 2K24 that I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed, had to do with shooting. The 2K community had been wanting a noticeable skill gap for as long as I can remember as well. Mike Wang, he tried to do that in the beginning of 2K24. But what we saw was definitely not a skill gap. It was more so like an artificial difficulty. Folks were missing all their shots, and there was nothing they could do about it. So of course, the community got to venting their frustrations. Here's one of the things that Mike Wang had to say. He says, it sounds simple, but we've tested internally with even marginally larger windows, and our best players literally could not miss. Even watching Twitch streams, it's easy to see that there's always at least a couple players who are shooting 70% or higher from 3 in most games. If we lower the shot timing skill gap to accommodate more people, the game quickly turns into NBA Jam for the higher end users. The safest thing to do is keep opening up the wide open windows, since the good players are pretty much automatic on those shots anyway. The game will start to feel like 2K22 if we push that too far. One of the things that I find the most Confucius is, why is the head of 2K development focused on a tiny portion? I think Mike Wang mentioned 5% of the community. Why does 5% of the community have influence on how you're developing the game? Why are you making it more difficult for only 5% of the community? Am I tripping? The joint is just baffling to me. If those players are really good at the game, that's because they invested so many years into the franchise. Let them boys be great. Another issue of contention within the 2K community is these random speed ups and slowdowns of your jump shot. Oftentimes, you'll be wide open and a defender is nowhere in sight. I would like to reference this post from Igimo. He says, Mike Wang confirmed in my stream he will look into speed ups. Igimo shared what Mike Wang had to say. He said, but I'll get rid of defense related speed ups first and see if that makes timing more consistent. Mike Wang admitting that the timing was inconsistent. You know, one of the biggest things that I struggle on when I get on 2K is latency. And I can't front, it seems like the good majority of the servers that I get on have a higher latency. It's starting to seem like a rare occasion when you have that really good response time. I would like to reference this next post from Mike Wang. He says, now the big change that did happen with the last patch was a significant change to our online code to reduce latency. I'm almost 100% sure that's the difference in shooting that everybody's feeling. And my theory for why pros are feeling it much more than everyone else is because a lot of them have mastered their shot timing down to the millisecond. When you have ingrained your button release timing after hundreds and hundreds of reps, maybe it's that much harder to adjust to the latency change. We're still actively analyzing our systems to make sure that the netcode changes didn't introduce any unintended knock on problems in the shot system. But so far, everything seems to be working properly. This kind of feels like what we saw at launch when everybody was trying to adjust to the smaller green or miss windows and throwing up bricks. I'm pretty sure you guys will adjust and your shooting percentages will be back to where they were last week. If I'm wrong, there's an actual bug somewhere, I'll definitely let you guys know. We never heard from Mike Wang about this topic ever again. But in present day, right now, every single time that I get on the game, I'm challenging latency. And how about that contest system? How often do you guys get these random ghost contests? And then again, on the flip side of that, how often do you guys see other players hitting full red contests, heavy contests, and consistently hitting on yellow contests? In my opinion, 2K24 is one of the best representations by 2K to undermine defense. And I have mixed feelings on it because I feel like perimeter defense is really good. And I'm more so referencing the ability that these lockdowns have in order to compete against elite guards. In my opinion, that has changed drastically in comparison to previous versions of 2K, but damn near everything else in regards to defense is just bad. I would like to reference this post sent out by the 2K build guru. He says shot speed increasing with contests has and always will be an issue. And the good homie AllCity Big Heck responded to that saying, yeah, it could only go as far as the contest system allows. And Lord knows that has been tough to nail down. And that'll help me segue into this next post sent out by PowerDF quoting Mike Wang. He says, Mike Wang says an A+ defensive immunity rating will reduce contest scores by 30% and an F will boost it by 30%. Having a high defensive immunity rating on your jump shot will be a must for 2K24. You know, in a previous post that I just mentioned earlier in this video, Mike Wang shared that he had to make some adjustments to gameplay so that the top players don't go absolutely crazy. Trying to make the game difficult for the top players but still make it accessible for all players. I would like to reference this next slightly conflicting post to that previous post that I just mentioned, sent out by Badgeplug. He says, Mike Wang says basically the game is not made for top players. I'll reference the post here underneath where Mike Wang says, we don't tune the game for the top 5%, but we do need to consider them. We regularly analyze shooting telemetry across all users and modes, and despite what some think, the stats are pretty close to the desired targets, but the other competitive online modes are very close, maybe 3 to 5% lower than he'd like them to be. And this was during the time where Mike Wang's anticipation was that 30%, shooting 30% from 3-point was considered good for all players playing 2K24. Just absolute insanity. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, that's what they shoot in the NBA, but this is a video game. We're not in the NBA. Half these dudes are chilling, eating Cheetos on their couch. That leads me into this next post sent up by Dyneworks saying, I be 9 for 9 from 3, thinking like these Twitter dudes tripping, talk about Mike Wang trying to make them miss, clown. Next game, I'm 2 for 10, thinking these Twitter dudes, they might be onto something. Now I'm going to reference this next post sent out by PowerDF where Mike Wang says, answered in a previous tweet, but yes, every shot that's not 100% smothered is greenable. Window size determined by a ton of factors, defense, ratings, and badges being the primary drivers. But don't worry, contested shots are very, in capital letters, very hard to knock down on higher difficulties. I already know a lot of you guys, y'all shaking your head on that one. I would like to reference this next post sent out by the good homie AllCity Big Heck showcasing Some of the comments that Mike Wang left in Emo stream. He said, Limitless is stupid. 30-foot bombs shouldn't be a regular thing. Something else Mike Wang said, I want Limitless to impact 3 to 5 feet behind the 3-point line, but right now there's a dead zone that's not affected by Limitless. Another comment Mike Wang left was, I agree with you, Splashy. I'm saying that I can't hotfix the badge. I can only increase the badge's effectiveness in its current state, which will buff 30 feet and beyond, but not 24 to 30 feet. Another comment that Mike Wang left was, no good guards are shooting 20% from 3. Even with all the weirdness that I've experienced in regards to shooting on 2K24, overall, I will say that shooting, it's fairly easy. The main issue that I have is that it's so inconsistent. You're gonna have those games where you're just shooting lights out and you feel like nobody could guard you. Just doesn't last that long. I want to reference another post sent out by Mike Wang saying shooting badges don't impact percentages like they used to. Now they either modify shooting attributes, shot window sizes, or they modify both. I just wanted to throw that in there in case you guys missed that. And to help wrap this video up, I would like to reference this post sent out by the good homie AllCity Big Heck to showcase how different shooting is from the beginning of the year to this point now. AllCity Big Heck says, should we have kept the shooting mechanics from launch? Mike Wang, he did warn us. And he's responding to Joey2K, where Joey2K said they should have never buffed shooting, man. Y'all couldn't hit opens, but now every spot up is hitting all them yellows. Dead. What a drastic change from the beginning of the year up until now. Folks couldn't knock down a wide open shot. Now you got a bunch of people shooting in a defender's grill, undermining the defense. And the current version of 2K24 looks nothing like we had in the beginning of the year. Although a lot of people in the community, they were calling for change, there was an equal amount of people that was saying, leave the game alone, please. Yet on multiple occasions, Mike Wang publicly said, we didn't touch the game. Well, I tell you guys, the game that I see right now resembles nothing close to the game we had just a little while ago. If you made it to the end of this video, truly appreciate you guys watching. I'm hoping you guys could catch our next upload. Y'all be sure to tune in. Y'all be sure to keep it locked. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. The link for Discord will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all be sure to keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV, because we got a bunch more NBA 2K24 news, information, and updates coming your way. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.